Hi folks, it's Chief here again, back for another Transformers review. I've literally just finished the Cry for Help on the knockoff Prime. So I thought, well, since I'm still up, since I can't sleep, I'll do a Transformers review. And thought, hey, why not? Off topic for a moment. Just been to watch Avatar. Don't know what to make of it really. It was good. It was good. I mean, 3D experience and that is obviously. I've been around obviously during the 80s when we had 3D movies with the old red and green specs, and I remember when BBC in the UK did a 3D version of, I think it was Robin Hood. It was something like that. Anyway, I can't remember. Something like Robin Hood or some fairy tale story, and obviously we've come leaps and bounds since then. But as a story as a whole, obviously it was interesting. I'm still thinking about the film itself. You know, what the fuck was actually going on? Obviously, I know what was going on, but I thought it was a bit violent for a 12-year-old film. That's the first thing that got me. It was pretty violent, not gruesome, but pretty violent. But anyway, I digress. Anyway, as you probably can guess, I am going to do Superion. This is my second version of this. In fact, this has been around so long, it's actually gathered a lot of dust. This is the Revenge of the Fallen box set. I never got the end-on version because it looks shit. And then along came the commemorative version, and I thought, I want that. But I didn't want it, if you know what I mean. If anyone who's got this figure would probably know what I'm talking about, even though I've not actually experienced it myself yet. But gathering from most feedback, and even just looking at the figure through the box, that big massive gaping hole in there, I can understand why people don't like this. I said I've got this version and the commemorative version, the anniversary edition, both which I've still not opened yet, so I shall be opening this figure. But why did I get it, you may ask? Reason why I got this figure, funny story actually. On eBay I bought the commemorative version from Taiwan, which was going to take 14 days. After I finished bidding on that figure, I saw this figure in Toys R Us 3 days later, and I thought, I've got to have it. Why did I want this figure? It didn't really appeal to me that much, but I really wanted it, even though I couldn't be bothered to wait 14 days, well, another additional 11 days for it to arrive. Reason being, because I had already purchased this, which again, it's still in the box. I've never opened it yet. I can't figure it out yet. But this is the appendage kit. From the images I've seen, I'm probably going to waffle a lot as I do in my videos. So I'm probably going to cut, edit, as well as probably do a two-parter. So it's two unboxings really. I'll be unboxing the Superion figure and trying to figure out how the hell it transforms. As at the same time, I'm going to be doing the appendage kit. So I'll do obviously Superion first. So without further ado, let's get this fucker open. The thing I hate about these boxes is everything's angled. You know, you couldn't do a straight box like the old 80s versions did. You know, everything's got a corner here, a flap there and everything else. And for people who want to keep the box, it's probably going to be a nightmare trying to keep them pristine. It's like already I'm trying to figure out where the next slot is. It's probably on this side. Is it? Yep, it's on this side. Now, for anyone who's going to be keeping their figures and hoping they're going to be accelerating in value like the G1 figures have, bear in mind it's taken 26 years to accumulate the kind of value that they have. So, you know, if you do have boxes, just be aware of that. Because I have too many boxes to the point where I am going to ditch some. In fact, I'll probably get rid of this one and keep the commemorative version. Instructions there, guys there. I will now prepare to switch off the camera. Take this fucker apart because I hate these little plastic ties. I hate them with a vengeance. And I shall get back to you on my findings. So anyway, this is Chief logging off for now, and I'll get back to you soon. Right, I've had time to play these little figures now. Mixed reaction with it. I've had a go. I've had to go at transforming them. I've had to go individually as well as in their combined form. Overall, initially, not that impressed. I have to say. Let's look at the stars of the show first. Essentially, you've got the 5 planes themselves, the 5 aerial bots that form Superion. First of all, let's have a look at Silverbolt. Initially, not bad looking when you look at it from this angle. In terms of Japanese anime fighter planes, like you would get in futuristic anime cartoons, that is essentially that look, which I think is quite successful until you have a closer look at it. Underneath wise, you know, you've got moulded landing gears. These don't actually turn or anything, they're just moulds of the landing gears. However, you do have this great big gap right in the middle of the plane there, which isn't really that good, really, I don't think. And the wing, even the wings themselves, you've got these kind of like gaps in between, which haven't been really filled. I mean, I think the limitation on these figures is because there's going to be a gestalt. There's only so many places you can hide connection ports and so forth. But even so, I think after 26 years of playing with Transformers, their designers could have done something better. But I like the colour scheme. It's obviously got the grey, the white, throwback to the original silverback with the red and so forth. Autobot insignia, quite pronounced there on the top end. Overall, not a bad figure in this mode. Now, the next lot of figures itself there, you've essentially got Air Razor, Air Raid, Skydive, and Fireflights. Retaining some of the original names of the aerial bots. What you've got is Skydive and Fireflight are the same mould, and Air Razor and Air Raid again are the same mould. So essentially they are identical, they're just different repaints of each other. Now obviously these will form the limbs. I'm guessing the idea being is that any of these can be any part of the limb. Either these two can be legs, these two become legs, or we can mix and match, have 2 legs, 2 arms and so forth in any kind of combination. However, again, with so many years to play around with gestalts, you would like to see some kind of variation in the design. The only variation they have, which I found really funny, was in the instructions. It actually states weapons can be held in different manners, and all it essentially is a post and peg system. You can either wear it at the top, like I have here, or you can have it under the wings itself there. Not a huge difference, but anyway, I'll have a look at Air Razor. Again, I like the colour scheme. I do like the colour schemes. I'm guessing Cybertronian jet forms as opposed to Earth forms. I mean, it's got a nice little cockpit there. I freaking hate these things. I really do. I mean, seriously, I do not know what they were thinking when they came up with these weapons. And these are the Energon weapons from the Energon series. And obviously these will form the appendages of Superion, which I will show you later. But looking at the plane itself, you've got obviously the port there for the little energon chips. And one thing I forgot to mention as well,